Hello and welcome to this enhanced learning session for BTEC Music. This is Half Term 2, Learning Session 3. Before we begin, can you make sure you have the following resources: pen or pencil, a green pen, paper to write on, and your knowledge organiser. Pause the video while you make sure you have these items. Okay, we're going to begin with a short recall activity. Write down the answer to these following questions. A person who sets up the guitarist equipment is known as what? Question 2. What is a company who organises the recording and promotion of an artist? Question 3. Which union looks after the interests of a performing artist? And question 4, what are the two types of miking used when recording? Answer those 4 questions now. Okay, let's green pen those answers. Question 1. A person who sets up the guitarist equipment is known as what? That's the guitar technician. Question 2. What is a company who organises the recording and promotion of an artist? That's the record company or record label. Question 3. Which union looks after the interests of a performing artist? That's the musicians' union. And question 4. What are the two types of miking used when recording? That's close and distance. Green pen those answers now. Okay, today's learning objective is to know how to mic up and record a vocalist. Can you write that down on your paper now? To know how to mic up and record a vocalist. When recording vocals, only one microphone is needed. That's a close mic because it's placed close to the sound source. We also use a pop shield, which we'll talk about later. A Shure SM58 dynamic microphone is the most popular microphone in the world. It's very robust, which means it's very difficult to damage, so it's used mostly for live performance. It can also be used in the studio. The Rode NT2000 condenser microphone is used just in the studio. A condenser microphone requires power to work. On your paper, write out the question and then the answer. Which two microphones could you use for recording vocals? Pause the video while you answer. And the correct answer is Shure SM58 and Rode NT2000. Green pen those answers now. Okay, I'd now like you to point at the correct answer to the following question. Which microphone is a dynamic microphone? Is it a Shure SM58 or a Rode NT2000? Point at the correct answer now. Shure SM58 is a dynamic microphone. Point at the correct answer. What does a condenser microphone require? Is it pop shield or power? Point at the correct answer now. A condenser microphone requires power. When recording vocals, place the microphone around 6 inches away from the vocalist's mouth. That's about 15 centimetres. Begin with the mic pointing directly at the singer's mouth. You can experiment by angling the mic slightly up or slightly down to find the best sound. Okay, points at the correct answer. How far should the microphone initially be from the singer's mouth? 6 centimetres or 15 centimetres? Points at the correct answer now. The microphone should be 15 centimetres away. This is the Rode NT2000 microphone. This is the best microphone at St Matthews that we have for recording vocals. The Rode NT2000 is a condenser microphone, which means it requires power to work, usually through phantom power. The female end of the microphone cable goes into the microphone. Make sure the holes and the pins are aligned, and when you hear it click, the cable is in place. Before you do connect the cable, however, we need to place the microphone on this cradle. This cradle is suspended via strings, and that's to stop the microphone picking up any unwanted vibrations. If someone accidentally taps the microphone stand, the microphone would pick that up and you would hear that sound on your recording. So the cradle here stops that from happening. So we put the microphone in place, screw it in position, then we connect the microphone cable. When it clicks, the microphone is in place and we're ready to go. The male end of the XLR cable plugs into the wall box. Now, if vocals are the only instrument you are recording, then it makes sense just to plug that microphone into number 1. The pop shield. The pop shield goes in between the singer and the microphone. A pop shield stops unwanted noises, mainly from plosives. Plosive pops on vocal recordings are caused by strong blasts of air that result from certain consonant sounds hitting the microphone. Usually the letter P, T, D or K. It's far better to prevent them rather than attempting to fix them in the studio afterwards. A pop shield stops these unwanted popping sounds from occurring. A very important item in the recording studio is this pop shield. A pop shield removes unwanted sounds off your recording, mainly plosives. To explain a plosive, if you say the letter P, a loud letter P, over the palm of your hand, you'll feel air going onto the palm of your hand. Now, if you say that over a microphone and that air hits the microphone, it creates some unwanted noise that doesn't sound very nice at all. So the pop shield gets placed over the microphone, and then when you say things that use the letter P into the microphone, the pop shield stops the air from going onto the microphone and creating the unwanted noise. A very important piece of equipment in the recording studio. Okay, points at the correct answer. Pop shields stop unwanted noise from being recorded. Which letter causes a plosive pop sound when recording a singer? Is it the letter P or the letter E? Point at the correct answer now. The letter P causes plosive pops. Copy out the following paragraph and fill in the missing words. Blank blank stops unwanted noise from being recorded when the singer sings words with the letter blank. This creates a blank sound when recording. Fill in the missing words now and pause the video while you answer. Pop shield stops unwanted noise from being recorded when the singer sings words with the letter P. This creates a popping sound when recording. Green pen that answer now. Think safety at all times. The biggest hazard when recording vocals are trip hazards. Microphone cables running across the floor. Make sure mic cables are wrapped carefully around microphone stands and not just hanging down for people to trip over. You have to behave appropriately around the equipment. Very expensive equipment in the studio can be damaged very easily. Point at the correct answer. What is the biggest hazard when working in a recording studio? Is it liquid hazards or is it trip hazards? Point at the correct answer now. Trip hazards are the biggest hazard when working in a studio. And that's the end of this enhanced learning session. Thank you.